thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful...
A loop, a whirl, and a vertical climb, and once again you'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends.
Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel, with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose, and a host of others.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
Wave to the people!
Yay!
Now what are you doing?
Sign an autograph. Let's see. John Smith.
But your name is Bullwinkle.
I know, but that's hard to spell.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come on and join us.
Sure, there's always room for one more.
Well, things are reaching the boiling point down at dear old Abominable Manor. For last time, you may recall, Boris Badenov made a deadly arrangement with the crankcase nephews.
It's time for a change of world.
Resourceful as ever, Boris and Natasha disguised themselves as English policemen.
You may be a Bobby, but she certainly isn't.
No? Show Moose your bobby pin, Natasha.
See, darling, 20 years on force.
Secure in the belief that they were under police protection, Rocky and Bullwinkle allowed themselves to be placed in a closet.
Well, at least we'll be safe in here.
Nothing could have been further from the truth, for Boris had given them a radio for company, a radio booby-trapped with TNT.
That's bobby trap.
Well, whatever it was, that radio would heat up and then...
See, I bet we're just in time to catch the English sweepstakes.
And the horses are coming into the home stretch with mother-in-law in the lead.
Mother-in-law, I got money on that nag.
Mother-in-law is still in front. They're heading for the finish line, and it's...
I can't take it, Doc. It's just too exciting.
That fool Moose turned the dog.
No, Boris, don't go in there.
And at the wire, it was Adam's apple by a neck.
Boris, you're smiling?
Sure, I had him to place.
Well, Mr. Executioner, your first attempt was an abysmal failure.
And it didn't work either. But now comes my hotsy-totsy it worked on Trotsky plane. Over here we got dish of macadamia nuts. Very salty. Now, Moose eats nuts. Moose gets thirsty. Moose goes to kitchen, drinks 50 glasses water, gets bellyache. Squirrel phones drugstore for bellyache pills. Delivery boy races up driveway on motor scooter with pills. But he rolls over, tech put there by yours truly, and gets flat. While boy changes tire, I change pills to macadamia nuts. Moose eats more thinking they are pills. And gets such big bellyache he needs doctor. I come in dressed as sturgeon and operate immediately. Now comes best part. Moose does not pull through.
Oh, Boris, darling, you got best twisted mind in the whole world.
I do the best I can with the tools I got.
Running upstairs, Boris quickly entered the room where Rocky and Bullwinkle were sitting and anxiously awaited the right moment to put his plan into effect.
Gee, I sure would like some macadamia nuts.
This was the right moment.
Oh, I'm in luck. Here is a whole bowl full right in my lap.
Better not eat too many, Bullwinkle. They'll make you thirsty.
But unable to resist, the nut-hungry Moose downed them all in one fell swoop.
My, I am thirsty.
The evil plan was progressing perfectly. Bullwinkle went into the kitchen and promptly drank 49 glasses of water.
Here, make it an even 50.
Oh, thank you. Oh!
Bullwinkle, what's the matter?
I got a abominable pain.
Where?
In my tummy.
Reacting instantly, Rocky put in a call to the drugstore. Within 5 minutes, a delivery boy was racing up the driveway when, just as Boris had predicted, the boy changed his tire.
And I changed the pills.
Sure enough, Bullwinkle swallowed the nuts, thinking they were pills.
Now how do you feel?
Oh, I feel much better. Call the doctor.
And here I am.
Are you a doctor?
What do you think I am, an exterminator? Don't answer that. I got to operate.
And before he knew what was happening, Bullwinkle found himself on an operating table while Rocky nervously paced the corridor outside. Where will it all lead? We'll learn the answer in You've got me in stitches, or suit yourself.
Well, Junior, looks like Christmas came a little early this year.
Oh, I didn't get this stuff from Santa Claus, Pop. I won it off the kids in the neighborhood.
You won it.
Yeah, we flipped for it.
You mean you gambled?
Well, no, not exactly. You see, I remembered one of your adages, and I came out winning every time.
You didn't use a dishonest coin.
Sure I did. You once said, 2 heads are better than 1. So I got this 2-headed nickel here, and...
Yeah, now, I insist that you return this ill-gotten booty right away. The very idea, Junior. When I said 2 heads are better than 1, I didn't mean to apply it the way you did.
What did you mean?
Well, take the fable of the centipede and the snail. Every year, the animals and other creatures of the forest would meet in a race to determine who was the fastest of them all. Of course, the results were usually the same. The hare not only won, but he crossed the finish line before the slower fellows even got started.
How do you like that? Last again.
You know something? I'm getting sick and tired of being a laughing stock.
Me too. I'll tell you what. Let's you and me put our little slimy heads together and see if we can win this thing next year.
It seemed like a good idea, so they went into immediate training.
Look, one of us will be the trainer while the other one does the running. Fair enough?
Yeah, suits me.
This was to be determined by clocking each other's speed in a 3-yard race.
Well, how'd I do?
Not bad at all. You ran 3 yards in 3 hours.
And now it was the snail's turn, and he was certain he could beat the centipede's time. 3 days later, he completed his run.
3 yards in 3 days. Not too good.
Well, if I hadn't hit that red light...
Thus, the snail became the trainer and the centipede the runner.
Now, the first thing we got to do is put you on a diet.
Hey, I got an idea. Why do not I eat the same food rabbits eat? If it makes them fast, it'll make me fast.
Okay, go eat some carrots.
Carrots?
Carrots.
Now, this centipede wasn't too bright, and the only carrots he knew of were the ones stamped on the inside of an old ring.
What in the world are you doing?
I'm eating carrots. 14 of them to be exact.
Not that kind of carrots. What's it taste like?
Pretty good. Have some.
On the day after they were released from the hospital, the boys went back to work.
Here, now, hold on to this rocket.
Am I going to eat it?
Don't be silly. I'm going to light it, and it'll take off with you holding on to it. That'll give you some idea of what high speed is like.
You certain I cannot eat it?
You can eat it later. Now, hold on.
I'm really moving, ain't I?
Something's wrong. Must be a dud. Here, let me see it.
Gee, that's some rocket.
Yeah, let's eat it.
The day after they got out of the hospital, they quietly entered a farmer's watermelon patch.
Now, we just got to make you run fast. Look, if you were to grab a melon and the farmer aimed his shotgun at you, would you be scared?
Of the melon?
Of the farmer.
You darn right I would.
And what would you do?
I'd eat the melon.
No, you simpleton, you'd run.
That's what I'd do. I'd run.
Yes, right, and you'd probably run faster than you've ever run before. Okay, grab a melon.
Okay. Uh-oh. Shoelace is untied. Here, hold this. Hey, you don't look too good.
You don't feel too good.
What are you doing up here?
We're gonna try the high speed bit again. You jump off this cliff, right?
Right.
That will give you the illusion of high speed. Okay, jump.
How do you jump?
Well, you just jump.
I do not know how to jump.
Look, you place both feet, all your feet firmly on the ground like this, and then you crouch like this, and then you just jump.
Like how?
Like this.
Oh, now I get it.
The day of the race finally dawned, and the centipede took his place alongside of the hare. However, when the starting gun sounded, the centipede took off in the opposite direction and joined his trainer behind a tree.
Quick, get into this basket.
Yes, the snail and the centipede had given birth to a unique idea. A balloon carried the centipede aloft, where a stiff breeze took it and sent it soaring over the finish line just ahead of the shocked hare. Unfortunately, the centipede just kept on going and was never heard of again. So you see, son, that is the true application of two heads are better than one.
I get it, Pop.
Where are you going, Junior?
I'm going to return this stuff and destroy the two-headed nickel.
Yes, but you usually have a moral of your own to inject here.
I do. Don't put all your legs in one basket.
Don't put all your... Oh, that's my boy, Junior.
And here he is with an open mind and a hole in his head to prove it, Mr. Know-It-All.
Today's lecture is how to be an archaeologist and dig ancient history. The archaeologist must have a thorough knowledge of his subject, which is, archaeology. I have even gone so far as to read a book on it. To practice archaeology, we must travel to places which are famous for old relics, such as Pasadena or even Egypt. Excuse me, are you Abdul Ben Boris?
I ain't Rudolph Valentino, kid.
I want to go to the pyramid. How much will it cost?
Ah, the Pyramid Club. Well, there's $20 cover charge and $30 minimum. Of course, if you want dinner, is more.
Not the Pyramid Club. I want to go to the actual pyramids.
What for? There's no action there. Is a drag.
I don't care. How much?
Well, regular $40, for you $50.
That sounds reasonable. The walls inside these pyramids are covered with ancient hieroglyphics.
With a little elbow grease, we can clean them off.
Here's an interesting specimen. Let's see how my hieroglyphic English dictionary translates it. Pharaoh loves Zelda. That's sweet. Here we are in the main burial chamber. You will note the interesting form...
Okay, boys, bring stuff in. Put popcorn machine there, hot dog stand there.
Hey, what is this?
This is new attraction, Pyramid Land. Come on, boys, the tourists are waiting.
Well, thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
You're welcome.
And now it's time
For 5 or 6 baritone solos in the key of E.
But
If not... Ooh.
now for another of our special features.
Should have tried E flat.
Hello out there. Peabody, Sherman, and Wayback here. Sherman, tell the folks what Marconi invented.
Marconi invented spaghetti.
You are confusing Marconi with macaroni, my boy. Be that as it may, set the way back for Venice, Italy in the year 1896. For today, we shall be on hand when Guglielmo Marconi produces the first successful radio.
What's radio, Mr. Peabody?
Never mind, get into the way back. 1 second later, we were standing inside Marconi's lab, and there, before his invention, stood the great man.
Stand back, please. I'm gonna turn on a juice.
The juice was turned on, and so was Marconi.
Are you all right, Mr. Marconi?
See, just a little shock, that's all.
Does your radio always short out on you that way?
No, most of the time it go out right in the middle of Arthur Godfrey. I don't know what's the matter.
I bet Mr. Peabody can help.
With Marconi's permission, I proceeded to inspect his wiring. I knew I'd found the source of the trouble when I discovered the wires leading into a Venice canal.
You mean to say I'm a knocking string wire underwater?
Exactly.
Then I'm giving up inventing the radio. I'm gonna try television.
I'm afraid the results would be the same. Look, if we can drain the canals for 1 day, could you finish your invention, then work on it elsewhere, say, in Florence?
Sure.
Sherman and I went to the executive offices of the Venice Canal Boat Company, owned and operated by a gentleman named Giuseppe Pasto.
Drain the canals. That's ridiculous.
But Mr. Pasto, Marconi must invent the radio.
And he can only do it if the water is out of the canals.
That's he's a tough luck.
What now, Mr. Peabody?
Come, my boy, there's more than one way to skin a canal. At the far end of the city was a large dam used for draining off the surplus canal water. You see that wheel directly in back of that guard, Sherman? Well, if we can turn that wheel, the canal will drain completely.
But how are we going to do it? There's a guard.
We won't do it. The guard will. How do you do, sir? I'm from the Venice Motor Vehicle Bureau.
That's a nice.
We have a driver's license for you if you can pass the test.
What test are you talking about?
The left-hand turn. If you can show us how you make a left-hand turn, you get your license.
That's easy. This is steering wheel, right?
Right.
Well, I'm gonna throw out my left hand out of the window like this.
Go on.
And then all I gotta do is turn the car like this.
You did it, Mr. Peabody. The canals are dry.
Quickly, Sherman, we must get Marconi to finish the radio. The rest of that night, Marconi slaved over his invention, desperately striving to complete it in time.
Well, that's it.
Is it finished?
Sure.
The brilliant inventor turned the juice on just as he did when we first saw him.
Oh, my gosh, it's shorted out again.
Senor Marconi, are you all right?
I think so. But how about that radio? What could be wrong?
Again, I traced the wires, and to my surprise, they were in the canal. A water-filled canal.
But we drained it.
True, but we didn't drain the sky.
Huh?
It rained last night, Sherman. There was nothing else to do but return to the dam and try to trick the guard once more. Unfortunately, not only had the guards doubled, but they were under the personal supervision of Giuseppe Pasto.
Keep your eyes open. If anyone is a touching that wheel, he's a chicken is gonna be cacciatored.
Pardon me, Senor Pasto, but we're from the Venice Motor Vehicle Bureau.
Oh, no, you don't. I already got my license.
But I'm not here to give you your license, Senor Pasto, but to take it away.
What?
According to the Bureau, you made an illegal U-turn yesterday.
That's not true.
Can you prove it?
Sure. I was behind the wheel, see? And I was on a one-way street. I'm a lookout both ways. Street, she's got no one on it.
I see. Then what did you do?
I make a U-turn.
Show us.
Oh, no. You think I'm a fool? You trying to make me turn this wheel?
Turn the wheel?
Sure. You expecting me to spin the wheel like this?
Come, Sherman, back to Marconi.
Oh, mamma mia, what a dope. There it is, Senor Peabody. The radio. She's all set. Arrivederci.
Well, you did it, Mr. Peabody. But I can't help feeling sorry for Mr. Pasto.
Oh, don't feel sorry for him, Sherman. He's going into the salad business, and he's going to make a fortune. In fact, he's naming the salad after his aunt.
Oh, really? What's he calling it?
You really don't know, Sherman?
No, sir.
Antipasto?
You've got to give Boris Badenov credit. When he sets out to kill a moose, he does it like no one else. For as you no doubt will recall, he placed an innocent dish of macadamia nuts on Bullwinkle's lap.
Well, what have we here?
You eat those and they'll make you thirsty.
Truer words were never spoken. Bullwinkle drank 49 glasses of water.
And one for the road.
Of course, that much H2O is bound to produce a tummy ache.
Hello, drugstore. Send over some bellyache pills.
It was all part of Boris's mad plan. The delivery boy got a flat tire. Badenov switched the pills to more macadamia nuts, and you guessed it, Bullwinkle got a bigger bellyache than ever.
Hello there, Dr. Kildarovich at your service.
I'm glad you're here, Doctor. Bullwinkle's sick.
You just finding out?
The culmination of the evil scheme was to operate on the moose and not have him pull through.
You got everything, Dr. Darling.
Let me see. Paper clips, glue is all here.
And with that, Boris proceeded to go to work. However, the fuse box, in abominable manner, was in an advanced state of disrepair, and...
Hey, what gives with lights?
You want flashlight?
What for? Operation is going to be failure anyway.
1 hour later, the exhausted surgeon emerged from the operating theater.
Congratulations, Squirrel. You are proud father of a dead moose.
What? But you told me he'd be fine.
Moose is fine. Finally dead.
Pardon me, Doctor. I'm sorry I was delayed.
Oh, think nothing of it.
Bullwinkle!
Moose!
There's a J in there. Bullwinkle J Moose.
But the doctor said you were dead.
Well, there must be some mistake, I think. You see, I heard the nurse ask for a flashlight, and so I went out in search of one. All I found, though, was this luau torch.
Well, if that ain't you on the table in there, who...
Congratulations, Boris. You are first doctor to ever remove appendix from suit of armor.
Well, at least it's not total loss.
More determined than ever, Boris pulled out all the stops. He booby-trapped the entire second floor, put poison in the drinking water, and even wrote a nasty letter.
How many U's in moose?
Let me see. Moose. M-U-S-E. 2.
But it was all to no avail. The booby-traps misfired. The poison only helped to purify the water. And the nasty letter was delivered to the wrong moose.
Boys, I got proposition for you. I pay you, you kill moose.
Dash it all, old man. I thought you were an expert.
I am at not killing moose.
You know, we really don't have to kill him.
What do you mean?
Well, the will clearly stipulates the moose stay inside the house for 1 week.
You mean if moose goes outside the house, you get £1,000,000 note?
Of course. All you have to do is lure him out, take a picture of him, and...
Natasha, get my brownie.
Cookie?
Camera!
I think I'll get some air, Rock.
You better not, Bullwinkle. You're supposed to stay inside for 1 week.
Oh, finky foo.
Oh, I think I'll go upstairs and take a nap.
So saying, Rocky departed, leaving Bullwinkle alone, but not for long.
Quick! Only 30 seconds left to play. We got to make touchdown or we lose game.
Let me make the touchdown, coach.
His deal. Goal line is out through open door. Go!
Don't worry, we'll win.
And Bullwinkle took off, not realizing that he was heading outside the house where Natasha, dressed as a cheerleader, waited with the camera. Will Bullwinkle score but lose his inheritance? The answer lies in 50 cents lost or get that half back.
It looks as if our time has just about run out.
Just enough left to tell him who the sponsor was.
You got the credits, Bullwinkle?
All on this itty-bitty card. Oop.
We're late again, Bullwinkle.
Right.
Bye now. See you next time.